Okay, let's talk full pitching wedge.
Yes.
If we can talk that.
So full pitch
yardages?
Yeah, so a full pitching wedge for me sort of goes about 140, 145 yards. So again, the three numbers with my pitching wedge are 125, 135, 145. That's sort of, so, and the 125 swing with my pitching wedge is the same as the 85 swing with my lob wedge. So I have three different wedges, and I have three yardages for each wedge. So I literally have 9 yardages that are very comfortable for me from 85 yards all the way up to 145. So I don't have to really try to lay it up to a specific number. As long as I can lay it up between, you know, that 85 and 145, I know I've got a swing to get it pretty close to the hole.
I think it's terrific. So let's hit a standard one, and then I'm going to talk about trajectory.
Yes.
Just standard sort of 135, 140 yard pitching wedge.
Yeah.
Is there anybody else here who hits their pitching wedge that far? Probably not, probably not. Listen, high and low
Yes.
Thoughts. We've talked about the lie a little bit. We referenced that shot in Canada where the flag was at the back of the green. It's not just yardage. Where the pin would be on the green might affect greatly the shot you hit, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Front pins versus back pins, Rory.
Definitely. So that shot that I just hit there would be perfect for a front pin. Sort of pretty high, quite a bit of spin. For a back pin, you're trying to land the ball a little shorter, you know, a little short of your yardage, and try to skip it up to the back. It's, you know, it's very hard to, you know, say you have a back pin and you pitch, you know, you hit a good wedge, but it pitches by the pin. For most pros like me, that'll spin back to 20 or 30 feet. Yeah. So you're always trying to have the ball go towards the target. You're never wanting it to go away from the target, you know what I mean? So yeah, shot selection is very important, especially depending on you know, where hole locations are, and you know, where slopes are and where bunkers are, and all sorts of stuff.
So you wouldn't always take dead aim straight at the flagstick either, would you?
No, but I think with a wedge, if you're very confident, you know, you mightn't aim directly at the pin, but you could aim maybe 5 yards left, 5 yards right. You know, I think with your wedges, you want to give yourself a little bit of margin for error, and you have to be disciplined to play away from pins sometimes. But again, as you said, even if you're 5 yards left of a target, but you're pin high, you know, you get the distance right, you're only gonna have a 15-footer for birdie. So, and yeah, so distance control is much more important with wedges than
well, talk me through, if you would, talk me through how you'd hit a really high one to a front pin and then a low one to a back pin.
Yeah, so a high one to a front pin, I'd get the ball a little bit up in my stance. So I'd get the ball, so say this would be a normal ball position for a wedge. I'd maybe just move it a little bit up. And then from there, I mean, I might open the club face a tiny bit, but then from there, it's you know, you're sort of doing all the work in your setup. And then from there, you just try to make a good swing. I think the one thing with hitting the ball high is you need to have speed. Yeah. So you need to make a pretty good committed swing at it.
So high shots have a very high full finish, don't they?
Yes. Yeah. You're going down to it, and then yeah.
How about the low one, the other one?
So the same thing, you know, ball position, you put the ball a little further back in your stance. That de-lofts the club because your hands are forward. And then the same thing, you know, you're trying to, you know, you're taking loft off the club where you're adding loft with the other one. And then, yeah, as you said, Martin, you low shot, low finish, high shot, high finish. So just trying to keep it nice and low here. And for me, I try to make sure that my body covers all the way through. So I'm trying to keep everything nice and low going through the shot.
Yeah, the finish, if you look at that, everybody, the finish was considerably lower. So high shots, high finish, low shots, low finish, yeah, depending on where the pit is.